Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the All Night, All the Time station. I'll be your host. I'm Bjorn Strong on the Arm. And here we are in the Minecraft world where it is always night all the time. And I'm standing down here below this slime chunk. I said last time I would carve it out. And I did. I did using a stone pick, or using a whole lot of stone picks. And I don't mind telling you, it was kind of tedious, but it's done now. So I think it's time to go ahead and put in the killing. Now, the way we're going to kill these things is going to be extremely simple. As you can see, I've kind of carved this down a bit. We're going to have water coming across and coming around and pushing them into this hole here. And this is just going to be filled with water sitting on top of those hoppers. Now, slime don't swim, so they'll fall down. They'll just get pushed. They'll land in there. They'll drown. And once they're drowned, their goobers will fall in those hoppers and end up in that chest right there. And I got that fence there so you can still open it, but it's won't let water through. So let's go ahead and start by just putting in the water for the drowning. And this is just going to be our little quick way of starting out the episode. Once we get this done, we'll go back and do something more exciting than just putting in water streams. But this is a good way to start. So we kind of knock all this out, and that gives us a nice 3 by 3 by 3 bit of water here at the center for these guys to drown in. And put just 3 signs out. That should keep the water streams from going over top of this. So when they get pushed to this point, they should just fall right in. And there we go. Now let's come in on the sides and do like this. And fill my buckets and do the same thing on the other sides. And then we come and do the same thing here in the back. And this is only 7 across, so all that backwater should just fall over and spill in and push everything down to there. And oops, there we go. And while I'm doing this, I should just maybe say a little bit about what I think we want to do today. So I've been thinking about a couple of things since last time. I've been thinking a little bit about the challenge. And I actually have a kind of an announcement about that. I'll make that a little bit later about the challenge, and we might make some changes to that. But in addition to, I need some more, get my water back. In addition to that, I've been thinking about what we want to do, and there's a couple of things I really would like to get accomplished. One thing that I think is really important is I want to get some villagers. I've said this more than once before, but I just think that's going to be just really, really important. We're going to get all sorts of books and all sorts of just stuff that can help us out with the villagers. I think that'll be great. And on top of that, I'm going to head back upstairs here while I'm talking. On top of that, we can put in some automatic wheat and carrot and pumpkin, or carrot and potato farms. We've got to get some potatoes and carrots. Talk, a little about that when we come to it as well. Probably the best way to do that actually is just by killing off some zombies and hoping we kill enough that we get some stuff from them when all is said and done. But I also have been thinking about the challenge of getting to the end, and we're going to have to get a bunch of ender pearls. And actually, that's one reason I want to get some villagers, is because now we can buy ender pearls from the villagers and then use blaze powder to turn them into eyes of ender to find the stronghold. But also we are gonna need to be able to throw those ender pearls in order to find find the stronghold. And I was thinking about how are we going to do that, and I was thinking it's really hard to do that in the overworld with all these mobs around, but it's hard to do underground because there's all these walls in the ways. The pearl might be taking us to where there's nothing but smooth stone all over the place. And then it occurred to me that we might be able to do better if we use some potions of invisibility. So a 8-minute potion of invisibility that gives us 8 minutes. 3 of those will give us, let's see, what's 8 times 3? 24, I guess. So 24 minutes, that's quite a long time to be able to throw those ender pearls and hopefully find out where a stronghold is if it's not too far away. And we can do, more than just 3 as well. So that's then a good use for potions. So we have now two uses for potions. Potions of invisibility, so we can find our stronghold, and potions of weakness that we need to cure zombie villagers if we're going to get some villagers for trading with. And I don't think there's really any other viable option. Like, I really don't think we can try to like run on the overworld looking for a village. That's just going to be a nightmare. So that means we're going to have to go to the end, or the nether today. Go to the nether and try to find another fortress. And I'll be honest, I'm not too excited about that part because, well, one of my very first Minecraft experiences was going in the nether and looking for another fortress and going for, like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blocks, through the nether, navigating its weird and wild terrain until I finally found something. So I'm not looking forward to that. But I think we got to do it. I think we're going to have to get ourselves to the nether. And one thing I do think, though, is that when we do this, we will have some things to help us. So let me show you what else has been going on. So during all of my, when I wasn't digging out that farm back there, get those pieces of wood, I've been fishing at the fish farm. And finally, we did, in fact, get one of these. Mending rod, and actually a better one a little later, a Luck of the Sea unbreaking mending rod. And when we found it, it only had one use left on it, so I made another, rod out of the string we got from the farm up there, and made it stronger. And we've got lots of good stuff, including, let's see, where are they? Here they are. All these books. So we've got a Fire Protection 3 book, a Protection 3 book. Let's see. And Fire Protection 4, actually, even better. So, and a Fortune 2, which I don't think we're going to need today, but that's going to be also really solid, good, helpful thing for putting on our pick. So I think what I want to do is, maybe get some of this armor a little better shape and put some of these books on it, and then get ourselves some resources so we can head out to the nether and start looking for that nether fortress. So that's my plan for today. So I'm going to gather some stuff, get myself prepared, and I'll meet you back here in a moment. Okay, I'm all geared up and ready to go. Let's look at what I've got here. So I went ahead, I actually made new everything. Well, I repaired the chest plate with blast protection. I made a new helmet, put fire protection on that. Fire protection on the boots, and some protection 3 and breaking 3 on my leggings, which I kept around. And then grabbed my shield, made myself a diamond sword, and got some sharpness 1 on it. That's not huge, but it's definitely something. It's better than what I was doing before. And here I've got this bow, and I got it up to power 5, and as you can see, it's fully repaired as well. And I got some other stuff to be going along with. I've got some wood. Talk about the bed if it becomes useful. I know you can't sleep in the nether, that's not the plan, but and some obsidian. And the idea is, once we find a fortress, if it's kind of a long ways away, I'm a little worried it might be, if it's not, we can pop into the overworld. We try to do it in a way that will end up in the, in a cave or something, not up top, and we can get ourselves safe and we can sleep there. So if we die in the nether fortress, it won't be the we won't have to go all the way a long way to the nether, to find ourselves again. We'll just wake up kind of close to it. But, okay, so let's see. I don't, because I can kind of look up here and see if there is anything. It's kind of a nice little stair step, but no, it just ends up. I'm kind of in a cave here. So, let's go this way a little bit. That kind of hurt. And we'll see if we can come across anything useful to us. So this is just going to be a cave going off, so we'll kind of come out in the open, and I don't see anything yet. Now let's just look. So this is west, that's north and south. So I think we want to be, if I remember right, we want to be kind of traveling east or west if we don't find a nether fortress. Is that right? I think that's right. So let's go, I don't know which way to go. Let's go this way. Oh, yes, please. We're back, and well, that was a pretty successful trip to the Nether, I gotta say. It was actually a lot less eventful than I thought it was going to be, so that's why I just kind of showed you that montage of stuff that happened, and then go through minute by minute. That might have been a little bit boring, but yeah. So we got 3 more diamonds, which was unexpected and fantastic. We got netherwort, we got some soul sand, some netherrack. I grabbed some glowstone too. I thought it might be good to have, and 6 blaze rods. That's not going to be a ton. We're not going to do tremendous amounts of brewing that way, but it's definitely something. So yeah, let's go ahead and actually make up our brewing stand now, and just like that, I believe. Just kind of show you. It's this spot for blaze powder here, and that fills up, and then you get, I don't know how many, but you get a certain number of brews out of that. And if if the bar is like halfway, so you've kind of used up half of your catalyst, and then you move the brewing stand, you kind of lose all that catalyst entirely. So that that might be kind of less impressive. But anyway, let's see. We've got bottles up here, so we can go ahead and I should put them in a hot bar. Go ahead and can I hit that? I can. Start getting at least some what's it called? The potion you get when you just put another word in there. Awkward potion. And also, I guess we should go ahead and maybe start planting the rest of this. That was not what I meant to do. But let's see, yeah, a little 3x3 spot for growing some netherwort. That might not be a bad idea. And so while I'm kind of putting this in, let me just say something else I've been thinking about. Kind of announcement I wanted to make. I've been thinking about the challenge that we're doing, the challenge to get an elytra, and I was thinking, there's something about that. I don't know, it doesn't seem right. It doesn't like it's really the right challenge for us to be really focused on. Now, I do like the fact that it's a challenge that requires us getting, killing the nether, or killing the dragon. I think that's a cool thing. That's a super big challenge. That's hard to do, so it's definitely worth doing. But I'm thinking that actually there's more kind of challenges we could really be thinking about as well, or a way of really kind of using the setup of this series to its best advantage. So the setup is, of course, that it's night all the time. And so, yeah, that makes it harder to kill the Ender Dragon, because it makes it harder to do everything. But there's some stuff that's easy normally that's a lot harder now. And one thing I was thinking about that really changes is some of the achievements. So let me show you what I mean. If you go into the achievements, there's a bunch of them. We've got a bunch of them already. We've got baking bread, time to farm, enchanter, stuff like that. But let's look at some of these. So librarian, build some bookshelves. The lie, wheat, sugar, milk, and eggs, make a cake. Repopulation, breed 2 cows, stuff like that. We don't have cows. We don't really easy access to cows. Those are going to be kind of hard to do. We've got this one, when pigs fly a pig off a cliff. That's hard to do too, because it's got to kind of happen in the outdoors. So I actually think it might be really cool if we made our challenge to actually complete all of the achievements. Or I'm going to make an exception, all except maybe for adventure time, because to adventuring time, you've got to go to every single biome, and that's actually, I think, not that difficult to do in the kind of setup we have here. We just you go down, into the basement down there and dig up just a big grid of 100 block tunnels, 100 blocks this way and every 100 blocks off, go one this way. And you could do that for thousands and thousands of blocks, and eventually you'd hit all of the different places that you want to hit. So you definitely could do that. I just think it'd be tedious. I mean, who'd want to watch that? That's kind of not very fun. So we'll skip Adventure Time, but all of the other ones, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do all of the achievements. And yeah, we'll get an elytra while we're at it. That's not that's a cool thing to do. It'd be nice to have one of those. But bigger challenge, every single achievement. And so that's why here a moment ago I went ahead and put some fish in, because boom, there's the delicious fish. And also because we caught a lot of fish, I just started eating them. But yeah, so that's going great. So what do we do next? What's the next step? Well, we got oh, that's not going to brew yet because I forgot to put in the catalyst I was just talking about. Let's try it again. There we go. And you can see there's the bar kind of goes up, and then once this is done brewing, it'll kind of go down a tick. Anyway, we got this for two things. One was so we can make invisibility potions. That'll make making some of the achievements a lot easier to do. And the other one was so we could cure some zombie villagers. Now, both of those, we're going to have to start playing with zombies. We're going to have to do some carrots. And I think the best way to do that here is going to be killing zombies. So we're going to want to figure out a way to do that. But also, to cure a zombie villager, we need something we don't have, which is golden apples. Now, we've got a fair bit of gold. We don't have any apples. So the thing I want to do next is try to get some oak saplings and start up, in addition to our farm here, start up a maybe oak farm over there. And now I know that we have dark oak saplings, and dark oaks will drop apples sometimes, their leaves will. So we could just try to farm these up. A couple things. First, we only have 4 of these. So we could get unlucky. We could grow a dark oak and then not get 4 more saplings back, and then we'd be stuck. But something else that, I'd like to do is I'd like to start making this place look a little better. I've made some kind of gestures in that direction by, using the polished diorite and andesite, which is pretty nice, and using some wood up here. And, I think actually this cobblestone doesn't look bad when it's like, against this other stuff, but it's really not, it's not pretty. Let's just be honest. It's not good looking. And this is going to be our home. This is where we live. And by getting some more trees, some more saplings and farming up more trees, we'll have just more kinds of colors and blocks to work with. And we'll, have more variety. We can add some more depth and some more texture. So I think I really do want to try to get some oak leaves and maybe even some birch leaves next. So I'm going to have a think of the best way to do that. I don't think I want to just run outside and try to avoid the nasties that are out there. What I might do is what we did when we made this tunnel up here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And I broke the string that goes up there. I'll have to go fix that in a minute. But what we did when we were up there was we went ahead and ended up on the roof of that roof forest, and we're kind of moving around. And if we're up there, we might be able to find ourselves, on top of some other sorts of trees as well, on top of some birch, on top of some regular oak. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually maybe open this up and put a ladder up there, get back up to where we were, and then see if we can kind of explore around up on the top of the roofed forest and find ourselves some more kinds of leaf blocks and more kind of saplings to be getting on with. Okay, so I've got a ladder in here. This will head us back up to the top, and I've gone up there and actually put a gate so we can get out as well. Let's do a little bit of little jump in here. Come on up. And I've got these slabs here so we can kind of, wander around if we need to. And has that moon moved? The moon should not be moving. Wait, this is working. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. So yeah, let's close that off. And do I have torches? I don't know if I can touch torches on leaf blocks or not. I can't. Okay. So I'll just have to try to keep in mind where I am and look out for nastiness. So let's see. That's a dark oak leaf as well. All right. It's always fun killing creepers. I love this bow. It's just so strong. Okay. let's see, I should probably turn the F3 on just so every so often so I can see what kind of leaves I'm looking at. I'm hoping that despite we've got all this dark oak roof, that there will be some birch or regular oak. Aha! Okay, some birch. That's not going to help us with getting apples, but it will. If we can get some birch saplings, it'll at least be something we can farm. No saplings. Well, let's get the wood anyway. I don't want to go too far down. I don't want to fall into anything below, but let's just see if we get any saplings this way. Come on. Come on, sapling, sapling, sapling. Nope, no saplings it looks like. So we'll just, let's go ahead and put a light on there and just keep going. So it looks like the birch is just a slightly different color than the dark oak. We can, oh, and now we're changing biomes. We're heading back over here to the ones where the spruce trees are. So that's not going to help us. Let's just keep looking. Oh, there's a skeleton over there. Let's shoot him before he shoots us. Oh, good. Okay. Let's keep looking. All right, there's more birch. That's why I brought these slabs. I'm going to slab over to stuff. It's getting a little lower to the ground than I'd like. This is regular oak as well. So come on. Oh, that was a dark oak. Ah, a birch sapling. Excellent. And an oak sapling. All right. So another oak. Very nice. Let's do another birch. And then that's two. That hopefully will be enough. We'll take these back and see if I can find my way back. I guess I can see my my mob farm over here. I can just use that kind of as a beacon to follow. Did before and come on. All right, very, very good. So let's see. Come in here. Come on down. That was real successful. Well, pretty successful. We got 2 oak saplings and a birch, so it's not exactly anything to write home about, but hopefully we can farm these up real quick. And now oaks are pretty generous about where they will grow, but birch are not. Birch are not going to grow anywhere near these leaves here. So I'm going to have to chop these trees all down. I'm going to pull up all of these spruce saplings, and then let's go ahead and see if we can do a little bit of oak and birch farming using some of these bone meal we got. Well, I did a little bit of forestry farming in here, not a whole lot, and no apples yet, but as you can see, our supply of oak saplings has gotten pretty good, and our birch saplings have got from 1 to 5, so we're in pretty good shape. I think what I actually need to do is dig out further this way and put in a proper oak farm. Now, an oak farm is different than a spruce farm. A spruce needs to be pretty high. An oak farm, actually, you want it to be a little bit shorter because that keeps the oaks from having branches and makes them easier to harvest. So that I need to do that, but I think I'm going to do that, off camera. It's much more digging that you don't want to watch. And also, it just so happens that there is a cavern back here. And so probably before I go around expanding in this direction, I should do a bit of caving. I think what I'll do is I'll do what I've done before. I'll do that caving kind of, with the camera running, but, between episodes. And if anything interesting happens, I'll go ahead and show it to you. And if not, we'll just delete the footage and won't worry about it, but see what happens. But I think that is going to be really it for me for today. We've got, quite a lot done. We ended up with a lot more stuff today at the end of the day than we had at the beginning. We ended up with a full brewing stand, a nether wart, some blaze rods, and two more kinds of saplings that we didn't have before. So I think we're doing really good. Before we go, maybe one last thing we should do is we could run downstairs and just check on whether or not that slime farm has produced anything. I kind of doubt that it has, because we haven't really spent a lot of time with it loaded. Most of our time this episode was spent, in the nether, so that the farm wouldn't have been loaded at all. But, it's worth going and having a look. Okay, so here we are. Let's just hop on down, look in this chest, and... Oh, well, that's great. We've some slime have been in there and died, because we got seven of their slime balls there. So somebody up there has spawned and fallen down and drowned. So it works. We know that. But yeah, so that's great. We've got a pretty good day. We've got a slime farm. We've got brewing. We've got more trees. We'll get that oak farm in, and we should get up some apples here pretty soon. We got plenty of gold. We can start looking for some zombies and start having fun with them. So, as always, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your support, appreciate you coming with me in this adventure, which is now an adventure to do even more, to get every single accomplishment in the game while having it be night all the time. So that's a big task, but I've really enjoyed the episode today. I've had a good time. I hope you have too. If you had, please do leave a like. If you want to know when the next one comes out, please do hit the subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.